Welcome to Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. We know the drama. We know the antics. We know the heat. We know the animosity. We know it is boiling. We know it is reaching that point of no return. Vince Russo and Jim Cornette. The words. The backlash. The judgment. Ladies and gentlemen, is this finally all going to come to an end, or is it just the beginning of the end? Or, in this instance, for Vince Russo and Jim Cornette, the end of the beginning? Because here is what Vince Russo had to say, and this is just as exciting, almost as compelling, just as intriguing and uplifting than what is going on WWE television right now. I am very invested into what Jim Cornette and Vince Russo are going to say, what they are going to do. Vince Russo wants on Jim Cornette's podcast, and I think it's going to be one for the ages if Jim Cornette is man enough. But Jim Cornette probably come up with an excuse saying, oh, well, I ain't got time. Vince Russo ain't worth it. He ain't worth my breath. There comes a time where it's time to put up or shut up. And for years and years, Jim Cornette has been talking, he has been ranting, he has been raving, he has been trying to shove it in the face of Vince Russo, and now Vince Russo seems like he's had enough. Let's listen in.
I'm going to say this, and it's the last word on the Cornette thing because we got a bunch of news. Because here's the thing, bro. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna go on his show so he can make money off of it. For anybody
excuses,
who
right?
To Jim
Excuses
Cornette's
by Cornette
show and all Jim Cornette's followers. I, Vince Russo, will gladly go on Jim Cornette's show. So Jim
There's going to be a bond burner.
Can feel free to say whatever he wants to say about Vince Russo to his face. As far as I'm concerned, until that happens, Jim Cornette is not a man, and I am nothing but fodder.
He's a bitch.
For Jim Cornette's comedy act that all you marks buy into.
Wow.
So, Jim, I will...
Russo is laying down the challenge.
Your show.
Is it a threat or is it a promise? He'll go on a show.
You can say all the things you ever wanted to say to Vince Russo right to his face.
Wow.
Until you
be a man,
brother,
Cornette.
You're a big bag of hot wind.
Hot garbage.
Be a man. You want to confront me, then confront me like a man. And I'm ready, willing, and able to do it anytime you want. And people, if you don't believe me, ask Jim Ross.
JR. Good old JR.
Believes Jim Ross. Jim Ross's word is gospel.
Gospel.
We all know Jim Ross's reputation in wrestling. Ask Jim Ross. If I personally did not ask him to, Jim, get Cornette on the show. Let me have a conversation
it's gonna happen.
with Jim Cornette on your show. And Jim Cornette turned that down. I want to say this, and it's the last word.
Jim Cornette always turns it down, always comes up with something, always makes up something so he doesn't have to. He'll confront Vince Russo behind his back on other podcasts, on other apps. Listen, I'm not a Cornette hater. Cornette was a great manager. You know, no doubt about it. Visionary. Cornette has done his thing. He is legendary in the wrestling business. But I don't like the way that Cornette has conducted his business with Vince Russo behind his back. Russo's hands tied. Russo can respond to this, but you know what? Why not respond man to man, mano a mano? That's what needs to happen. Viewers and subscribers, we are literally sitting on a pressure cooker with Vince Russo and Jim Cornette. And once again, this is as exciting as anything that's going on in professional wrestling in 2016 until the WWE draft takes place and SmackDown goes live. Subscribe. Things are about to heat up. It's going to be a summer scorcher. I can't wait.